We are.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I am your host, your YouTube Mr. Off and I'm never duplicated superstar, Mr. Main Event himself, Tim Vicious. And we're gonna go raw as we was in Albany, New York. Now, before we do, just like always, we're gonna switch gears, talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind, the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. It started out with Bianca Belair coming out, hyping up how happy she was that her and her team won the War Games match. She's glad to see, and keep in mind I'm paraphrasing a lot of this, mind you. But yeah, she was saying she's glad to see that her team won. They came, they saw, they kicked ass. And then basically saying that she wants her baby back. So, EO, get your ass ready. Shine up that gold. Oil up that leather. Because that title's coming back home. Then Damage Control come out. EO starts running her mouth, talking her talk. And then Dakota Kai, which I gotta give credit where credit's due. Because even though Dakota, she's not medically cleared to work yet. But my God, they found a way to keep her not just on camera, but actually make her an actual useful part of the group. Because she's doing all the translating for Asuka, Io, and Kairi. You look at it, anytime any of them start going, Dakota steps in. They're actually saying. So yeah, big props on that. But Kai basically saying that, Io said that if you want it, you're going to have to go through all of us. So then just as they're getting ready to circle around, it looks like they're about to do a 5-on-1 beatdown. Charlotte and Shotzi come out, which, okay, I had to take a moment to pause it and I saw it. After I saw this and I saw a still picture of it, I had to take a moment to pause and appreciate it because seeing Charlotte Flair and Shotzi Blackheart standing side by side with each other, all I could think is, good God. It's like seeing the super hot popular cheerleader hanging out with the super hot creepy metal goth chick in high school. Good God almighty! See on how I did... See, let that show. I can make jokes and not have them be sexually related. This was my one good joke for the year for that, in regards to that. So I hope y'all appreciate it. I saved all damn year for this. Either way, they came out, they helped clear the numbers, and then they announced this Friday coming up, they're going back and doing it again. They're going to have Asuka, they got Asuka versus Charlotte booked, which honestly never disappoints. And then they said that later on in the night of that show, this show we're talking about, Bianca had a match against Kairi. And, well, spoiler, they had the one-on-one match. Bianca got the win, no outside interference, no schmaz, no hullabaloo afterwards. So, yeah. So it looks like they're setting up a story where Bianca's going to be running through a gauntlet to go and take out the rest of Damage Control before she eventually works her way up to the top and then gets Io. Excuse me. So other highlights from SmackDown. Butch had a match against the almighty Bobby Lashley, and no Ridge Holland was ringside with him. They've been showing and kind of teasing the idea on it that Ridge and Butch, they're not meeting eye to eye. They're arguing amongst each other, and it looks like a potential breakup between the two is going to happen. Between the Brawling Brutes is going to happen, and all I could think is I really wish Sheamus was here just so that way he could look at them both and say, "Oi! You two dopes. You got an issue with each other. Go on out there and settle it." Because honestly, that's the kind of stuff like my dad did with me and my brother. Like, if me and him were arguing and just all sorts of begrudging with each other, be like, "You two, I don't give a fuck what your problem is, settle it." And then me and my brother, we'd go out back and we'd settle it. And then after we got done beating the crap out of each other, looking all bloody and bruised, we good? Yeah, we're good. By the way, you hit like a bitch. You got room to talk. And yeah, that'd be on how it'd go. And honestly, I would have no problem whatsoever if they did something like that with the Brawling Brutes. Because I think that would just add to the characters. That's me personally, but again, that's the kind of shit I'm used to seeing. The kind of culture I grew up around, and seeing those kind of blue-collar roughneck guys that, yeah, we'll go fight, beat the crap out of each other, and then loser has to buy the first round. So either way, Butch versus Bobby Lashley, good match, hell of a... I would say this was a damn good opening match for SmackDown. Excuse me. Bobby Lashley got the win. Not much of a shocker there. Santos Escobar had a match against Joaquin Wilde. It was a good match. Now, much like I was saying with Bianca, looks like they're showing Santos. He's going to be going through the gauntlet, so to say. And first he takes out Joaquin. My guess next is probably Cruz del Toro, and then maybe Dragon Lee, and hopefully if he's back in times relatively soon enough, Rey Mysterio. So that, again, that's just my guess. I got no inside info. I know less than nothing on anything inside, internal, or any hush-hush secret double probation kind of booking stuff. So, yeah. Up next, the walking douche nozzle himself, Logan Paul, came out, hyping up how he won the coveted United States Championship, and then wound up talking about on how he talked to people in the back and he got it set up. They're going to be doing a U.S. title tournament to determine who is going to be his next challenger. And Kevin Owens is one of them, one of the names. I don't remember all of the names. I know Kevin Owens was specifically because Kevin Owens came out and then talked about on how, the boxing world, you may have been something there, but in this ring, this is my world, and trust me, I will beat the living shit out you. And then, next thing you know, Theory and Waller come out, which then leads to Kevin Owens versus Grayson Waller, which was a good match. The walking douche Paul was on commentary the whole time during the match, but listen, I go over this ad nauseum at this point, but I bring this up regularly just to address any potential new viewers who may not understand. I don't like Logan Paul. Trust me, if I saw him on the street and I had a set of brass knucks on me, chances are I'd probably crack him right in the face with him. I don't like the dude. I don't, one bit. However, I'm smart enough to know business brings strange bedfellows, and sometimes you gotta partner up with people you may not like. And in this case, because he's such a big internet hype guy, and that they're doing this, and he's got, he's done all this stuff on YouTube. He's got a podcast he does. He's got all this other kind of stuff that he does. And, he's made a name for himself. I get it. I do. I'm not arguing it. They're looking for cross-promotion. And it makes sense. I mean, you look back in the history of WWE. They have used countless celebrities that people did and did not like. Case in point, quite possibly one of the biggest examples. Fucking Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson. When you look at that point in time in like the 96, or not 96, like the 97, 98 era with Mike Tyson, during that time with Evander Holyfield, not only that, Mike Tyson just getting out of prison. Oh my God, if they would have tried doing, if internet was around, if social media was around during that time, oh my God, people would have blown it up about, oh my God, they're having this felon on here, they're having this guy do this and this and this. Ugh. Yeah, it would have been like that. Either way, though, I don't like the guy. I understand the business aspect, so I can't argue too much on that part. Either way, though, Kevin Owens got the win against Waller, so yeah. So now we come to the closing segment for SmackDown. Randy Orton, who was there at SmackDown, Adam Pearce saw Nick Aldis, like, oh, what's this I hear about you wanting to sign Randy to a SmackDown contract? Well, Randy Orton is a free agent. Well, he was just on Raw this past Monday. Well, yes, and you had an opportunity to sign him and you did not. So, I extended an invitation to bring him here, and I plan on offering him a exclusive contract. Oh, really? Well, I guess I'll just have to offer him one myself. So they both are out there, they bring Randy out, and then they both throw everything at him. It turned into like the great bidding war. Well, Randy, if you come here to Raw, we can give you this, 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 and this. Well, Randy, if you come here to SmackDown, we can give you this, 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 and this. Do you really want to trust this guy? Come on. I can give you this. I can give you a world title shots. I can give you a world heavyweight championship opportunities. Randy, you come here to SmackDown, I can give you world championship opportunities. Plus, I can give you the bloodline. I can give you the very group that took you out. And then it's like, ooh. And you just see Randy looking. And then Paul Heyman comes out. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and the Bloodline has made a decision for Randy Orton. Then out comes Solo and Jimmy. They start beating the crap out of Randy. Then he's saved by L.A. Knight. Yeah, dummy. Yeah, let me talk to you. And then after they clear the ring, Randy then signs the contract. He's exclusive to SmackDown. Nick Aldis raises his hand in joy. Oh, joyous days, Kalu Kalei. I have just signed it. Oh my God, he gets hit with an RKO out of nowhere. And then the show ends with Paul grabbing his phone. Call Roman Reigns. Because Randy got the mic and said, hey, Paul, you better tell Roman, Daddy's home. And watch, if they find a way to monetize that, I guarantee, if they find a way to monetize Daddy's home, you're going to see a lot of Doms. And I'm not talking like Dominik Doms. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. You're going to see a lot of Doms wearing that shirt, wearing a shirt that says, Daddy's home. So now that I'm done talking about that, let's get into this week's show, Raw, Albany, New York. It starts out with Drew McIntyre coming out, and Drew addressing the crowd, talking about, let's see, people want to ask me about what I did, why am I doing this, and let's look over what went on. Jey Uso, he went up to Randy, and surprise, surprise, he had a backbone, he had a spine. He went up to him and apologized to him. Didn't say a single word to me, no. And everyone wants to go and say, oh, well, it's your, and paraphrasing a lot of this, mind you, and then go and say, oh, they're saying it's my fault. No, I'm just being me. That's it. And then out comes Sami Zayn. Sami comes and looks at him. Drew, you really need to get your head out your ass. Because look at yourself. You say we're a lot alike, you know. Let me ask you this. We both went against the bloodline. We both got our asses kicked. We both had title opportunities. What did I do when I lost? I dusted myself up. I went on, and then I moved forward, and then I went on to main event night 1 of Mania, WrestleMania, and become tag team champion. What did you do when you lost? You sat there, you sulked, and you got bitter. And then Drew, just looking all sorts of mean and mad. Get a damn referee out here so we can ring the bloody bell. Now! And then that was it, and just, oh, okay. So then a ref comes out, separates the two. Alright, ring the bell. Ding, ding, ding. And that match underway, and holy shit. Some nice back and forth into the break. Drew, he was leading the post and just going full on monster heel. Not like giving Sami zero chance of fighting back, but good God, he was just all sorts of mean and nasty on him. Like, oh, good God, man. Ow. Very ow. And it was just, like Sami, he was fighting back, and there were times he was looking like he might pull off an upset, but no. Excuse me. Like at one point, Sami, he came off the top, and then wham, ow, and then started hobbling a little, like he tweaked his ankle, like he landed funny, like he just landed straight on his feet, and his ankle jammed on him, like, And he kind of went like that, and he was kind of nursing it throughout the most of the match. Drew never saw it, though, up until the end. When he saw he did, when he saw he was like that, Drew then went, boom, did a chop block to the ankle, and then hit him with a Claymore, 1, 2, 3. That was it. Afterwards, though, they show a backstage interview where Sami's getting ready to get looked at by one of the medical trainers. And then Drew comes out and beats the holy hell out of him and then starts working on that ankle again. And it's just, damn. He's not just being mean, he's being mean and methodical. I like it. So, next matchup was Nia Jax going against Shayna Baszler. Two former friends, two former tag champions together, now sworn enemies going against each other. And Nia, she was powering at the start. Shayna pretty much came off like she was punching up, trying to fight back to get her. Because Nia was just, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, so don't interpret the wording wrong, but Nia was just on top of her, smothering her in that sense. Like she wasn't giving her a chance to get up, to get her bearings, so that way she could work her striking game. I mean, she got her fair, excuse me. She got her fair share of shots in, but Nia was just pretty much dominating this match. She got the win doing that bonsai drop they call the Annihilator. After the match, though, Becky Lynch came out because beforehand, Becky and Nia had a little backstage stare down with each other, and Becky just kind of looked, you still got a receipt coming. And Nia just like, a receipt, huh? Okay. Tell you what. After I'm done beating up Shayna, you can go and tell me what kind of receipt I owe you. And then when Becky came out, Nia, little out of breath from working, looking like, what? Oh, no. I'm not doing this now. No, I'm out. Laters. Kind of had that kind of look on her face. Next up, we got DIY going against Imperium in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Oh, it's so good to see odd little matches like this pop up every now and again on free TV. This is probably one of the more safer gimmick matches you could probably do every now and again on TV. Because, well, You don't have to worry about somebody hurting themselves on like a object or trying to climb something or anything like that. But either way, really good, solid action with these guys, man. Good. Wow. Wow is all I can say on this one. It was a good match. I love tag team wrestling. I was a tag team guy. I started doing tags. And it's just, wow. I loved it. I mean, I'm not going to say this was like, oh my god, this goes into like the top 10 tag matches of the year, but as far as for a TV match, wow, this was good. I loved the action in it. And Ludwig Kaiser, he got the first fall by doing a quick roll-up on I believe it was Gargano. And then Johnny actually wound up scoring the second fall, kind of like in the same way. And just really great pacing between both teams. It was a quick pace. Not to say that it was slow and methodical, but it was a quick pace. And match came to an end when Ciampa, he did a blind tag in, and then Johnny and Ciampa are throwing kicks. Like Johnny would throw a super kick, Tommaso would just throw like regular boots or a kick to the gut to Kaiser until he was down, and then boom, meet in the middle, 1, 2, 3, that is it. So next up we got, before we get into the next match afterwards, one note the commentators did bring up that I wish they would have addressed on Raw, but they didn't, is that now these guys have to answer to Gunther. Now we saw in a backstage interview all the way far back at some point in the show, I believe it was near the end when Seth was being interviewed, you saw Gunther talking to Ludwig and Gio, but you couldn't hear shit. It was like secondary background action. But hopefully we see something or hear something, get something posted on the Twitter or something relatively soon. Either way, next up, women's tag action. Kayden Carter and Katana Chance, as I like to call them, the TikTok girls, because they typically look like they're doing like dances and raves and such for TikTok and all. Going against Tegan Knox and Natayla. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven were on commentary. That sold this match because, yep, Chelsea gets it. Excuse me. Chelsea gets the whole idea of who she is and what her character is. So, I absolutely love it. She went from being a super snobby Karen to just being like super snobby, oh, I am so much better than this. Goodbye. Like that, and just, it's perfect for her. So, as far as the match goes, really nice, solid action. Natty was pretty much the punching bag until Tegan got tagged in, but honestly, I gotta tell you, the crowd was dead. Like, when I watch a show, I focus on two things. The action, and then I look and how the crowd takes to the action. Like, if I just see them sitting there quiet like this, I'm just sitting there like, and the action's good, I'm like, why are you so dead? What? Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, show some appreciation. But either way, it was a good match. I thought it was pretty decent. Match came to an end when Kayden and Katana, they got the win doing that finish they call a kickstand on the Natalya. Got the 1, 2, 3. And, yeah. So now we get our third, that's right, not one, not two, but third tag match in a row. It is Dominik Mysterio and the human fucking Funko Pop himself, JD McDonagh, going against the Creed brothers. The Creeds, they were leading at the start with Judgment Day leading into the break. Post-break, though, Julius got the hot tag. And oh man. If you've not seen the Creed brothers work and you just watch Raw and SmackDown, and I get it. Some may only watch one, some may only watch another, some may only watch NXT. But if you've never seen any of the stuff the Creeds did in NXT, you owe it to yourself to go on. Pause this show after I'm done talking about this for a minute. Pause this, look up Creed Brothers NXT, and you'll appreciate it. Welcome back. I hope you watched it and I hope you appreciated it. And wow. That's all I got to say on that is wow. Julius came in, he cleaned up, he did a hell of a good job just showing at pure athleticism. Doing multiple kip-ups, doing double suplexes, all that kind of jazz. Really good, really solid. I can't wait to see them get a major tag title match on a pay-per-view or premium live event, however you want to call it. Match came to an end when Brutus, he did a stampeding charge to Dominik on the outside, knocked him clear over the commentator's table. Then they did the Brutus ball onto JD, got the 1-2-3. All of this was going on while R-Truth was ringside watching, because R-Truth, which, God bless, R-Truth is a goddamn national treasure that needs to be cherished for all time, was sitting there ringside, and for some odd reason he's hell-bent on thinking he's a member of the Judgment Day. Nobody tell him otherwise. I don't want his heart broken. Excuse me. So now we come to main event of the night. Jey Uso versus Seth Elizabeth Rollins, because his middle name is not frickin' damn it, for the coveted World Heavyweight Championship. And this was a good match. Seth, he was leading at the start, early on, but man, I gotta tell you, this was evenly matched. This was an evenly paced match where it looked like it could have gone either way. And there were times during this match where it was a real nail biter, where I'm looking like, 1, 2, oh man. And like literally, I don't normally do, oh my God, so often. But my God, I was on this one and I was just like, whoa. Because there was a couple times I really thought Jey was gonna. And it's like, oh man. But decent match. I loved it. I would dare say this was my match of the night. So I dug it. I thought it was good. Match came to an end when Seth, he did a pedigree onto Jey, who was charging at him. So Jey was coming at him for a spear. Seth jumped up and then wham, slammed him down for a pedigree. Got into a corner to get his bearings. And then boom, did the curb stomp, 1, 2, 3. That was it. Post-match, while Seth is in the ring celebrating he won, Jey is on the outside, licking his wounds, trying to get his bearings, and then out of nowhere, boom! Drew McIntyre hits him with a claymore, and then Seth rolls out the ring. Drew knocks down Seth, and then Drew pretty much just murks Jey by knocking him out, slamming him through the commentator's table, and then just going saying, "The truth shall set you free." And then just end of sequence, fade to black, camera cut. So yeah. So that is it for this week's show, folks. So please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back watch some of the episodes when you can. Look for me on the Twitter at Tim Vicious, also on that Threads John, as well as Blue Sky Tim Vicious on there. I swear, guys, I'm trying to be active on there as much as I can, you know. But either way, thank you to my executive producer, Ali Ray Ben, who did provide the music for this week's show. Make sure y'all check his stuff out. It's on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud. Ali Ray Ben, cannot put over that man enough. Thank you to LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. They're a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of that attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Also, folks, LFC is on Tubi, so it costs $0 to support them. But if you want to throw a few dollars out to support someone, go to whatamaneuver.net for some vicious rants apparel. We got t-shirts, tanks, hoodies, long sleeves, short sleeves, toddler tees, baby onesies. Perfect gift for this time of year. Gift for somebody you love, somebody you hate, or a gift that, you know, to give the goodwill or salve out. Don't forget to follow these cool ass guys right on the Twitter, DSB_RB, main event _net, the main event wrestling network, Sergeant Curry Pants, 3 Count Thursday, and D-Dryer, 1986. And folks, I'm going to tell you, you love me great, you hate me. I already know.